week's headlines. Alfresco Dining comes to downtown Fitchburg. Solar power brings a vacant lot back to life. And volunteers give their time building a new home for a Fitchburg family. All this and lots more coming up next on Our City News.
And now, the latest news, sports, and weather with Stephanie Allison and the entire Our City News team.
I'm Stephanie Allison, and we have breaking news. Fitchburg police are looking for the public's help in identifying a possible suspect in a series of incidents near city parks. Glenn Fossa has that breaking news.
And Our City breaking news right out of Fitchburg Police Headquarters today on Thursday. The white male, 5'10", in the area of the parks, exposing himself and in some cases assaulting women. 5 incidents now reported as hundreds of people do enjoy our recreational areas and parks. Police issuing this notice.
We've had approximately 5 instances since the middle of June where an individual has committed an indecent exposure of himself in the areas of Coggeshall Park and also the running track area around Forest Hill Cemetery. And the most recent event occurred last evening, July 19th. And a fortunate break in the case is that the most recent victim was able to provide us with a sketch of the individual that she says exposed himself to. As always, we would highly recommend that people remain vigilant and aware of the surroundings anytime they're out and about, particularly during the hours of darkness. And we would also suggest that they not be out alone. Go everywhere in pairs or in a group, which provides a better level of safety and security for themselves. Just being aware of where you're at, who might be around, and any potential people or events that might cause you harm. Simply call the main number, 978-345-4355. If it's an emergency situation, obviously call 911 to get immediate assistance. As a reminder, the description that we've been given is a white male, approximately 5'10" tall, medium or athletic build, dark hair, short in length, mustache and beard, and light-colored eyes. No other description has been given, and we do not have any concrete information as to any vehicles that might have been involved.
Fitchburg Police, of course, urging anyone who has seen or knows of someone who may look like this, fit this description, to notify police immediately, 978-345-4355 at the main desk, or always in an emergency, 911. Right now, breaking news out of Fitchburg Police Headquarters, I'm Glenn Fossa.
Hundreds gathered in downtown Fitchburg last night to take part in the first annual Alfresco Dining, sponsored by Pride, the Fitchburg Business Association. Main Street was closed as chefs from 8 area eateries whipped up first-class meals for attendance. Our city's Arissa Page was there and sampled some of the great food and took in the atmosphere. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Steph. Arissa Page, Our City News, here downtown at Alfresco Dining. It is an absolutely beautiful night tonight. Hundreds of people have come out, and they're absolutely enjoying it. I can't wait to tell you more about this event. Here I am down at the Alfresco Dining. I'm joined here with the Mayor, Steve DiNatale. Tell me, how was it down here?
Well, you know, what can I say? But it was an outstanding evening. It's continuing now. The 8 o'clock seating has just begun. And my food was fabulous, and I anticipated nothing short of that. So, and we ate at Slattery's, and there were so many different restaurants here tonight, and just the whole presentation was outstanding. And I want to thank Councilor Joel Caddy. This was his concept, and all the people that helped to put this together did a great job, and we couldn't be happier.
Oh, that's wonderful. How many restaurants came out tonight?
You know, I'm not sure how many. There's 5 or 6 anyway. I mean, maybe 8. I'm not sure. Yeah. I hate to mention who's here because I'll probably miss someone, and I don't want to do that.
They were all great. That's quite all right.
They're all local restaurants, Fitchburg restaurants, and just walking up and down the street, you can, the smells from the grills and whatnot. It's fabulous.
I know, it smells wonderful down here.
And the people that are here, the feedback has been just so positive. It's something that we're hopefully, and we will do more in the future. We'll do these kinds of events down the road, because of that, I think it's been accepted and received so positively tonight that it's something that we should do again.
Wonderful. And it looks like we have a special guest here.
Hi, everybody. Making
Stephanie.
magical appearances.
I love having her here. That's right. My friend.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Mayor, I cannot believe the turnout of this tonight. I just can't.
Wasn't it great? Yeah.
The food was
really
incredible.
Was.
The people, the atmosphere, the sun setting behind us. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Absolutely.
And the
gorgeous.
organization of putting this together was fabulous.
Pride did incredible.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. We're very thankful. Again, this is something we're going to duplicate, because this is the kind of thing we want to promote Fitchburg, bring people downtown, tell people that this is what Fitchburg is now moving forward. We want more of these kinds of events, and come down and enjoy and take advantage of it.
And you're literally on Main Street.
That's
literally
right.
on Main Street.
Exactly. Right. I think some people locally in the vicinity may take advantage of this.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, outside our city, because they're going to take our lead and say, this is something that we should do. But, of course, they won't do it as well as we do.
Fitchburg did it first.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, we'll let you get back to the festivities and enjoying the wonderful atmosphere.
Thank you.
Fresco Dining right here on Main Street, literally on Main Street in downtown Fitchburg. Arissa, what'd you think of the whole event?
Oh my God, it's been a magical night. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the food was delicious. I couldn't ask for anything better.
The ambiance, the crowd, it's been an incredible night.
It has, and I'm so glad you could join us out here from the news desk.
It's nice to have a break every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a lot more to enjoy right here in downtown Fitchburg. So I'm Stephanie Allison.
I'm Arissa Page.
And for our city news, stay tuned for more. Looks like a fun time right here in downtown. Large-scale solar power is coming soon to a vacant lot right here in the city. Unitil is converting what was once prime site for generating power in Fitchburg back to its former use. This time, however, there will be no fossil fuels used in the process. The site had once been home to a major generation plant that had fallen into disrepair after the plant was shut down some 20 years ago. The site of the old Sawyer Passway power plant had been reclaimed and will soon be covered with solar panels soaking up the sun. Michael Hartwell has the story.
Michael Hartwell with Our City News. I'm here talking to Unitil spokesman Alec O'Mara about the future solar plant here in Fitchburg. Alec, nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Mike.
All right, it is a very sunny today. That's why we still have our sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Tell us about what's going to go on here.
Absolutely. Well, we are just getting underway with construction on what will be a 1.3 megawatt solar facility. It will be a generation facility, which means it will be serving all customers in the area. We got approval to do this project from the DPU early last year. We're going to be beginning construction formally right around the end of July, early August, and we expect to have the whole thing operational and online well before the end of the year.
All right. Tell us what this site used to contain.
Sure. Well, this site, it's been vacant for a while, but actually, I'd say 30, 40 years ago, what was on this site originally was a fossil fuel power plant. It would burn oil, it would burn coal, natural gas, and it was generating electric energy for the area. Now, that plant was decommissioned, I believe it was in the late 80s, early 90s, and the site has remained vacant since. When you have a power plant on a site, it becomes what's called a brownfield site, and there's really a limited number of options that you can redevelop on that site. However, this opportunity came up. We've been looking for a way to bring this site sort of back onto the tax rolls for the city, and this seems like a perfect use for this particular site. Once upon a time, it was a power plant. Now it's going to be a new, modern kind of power plant.
All right, so I see we've got some workers out here today. Are they clearing the land? What are they doing?
Yep, these workers out here today, they are doing the basic mowing. They're clearing brush, that sort of stuff from the site so we can have it ready for construction. It's basic site prep. We'll have some other folks out, surveyors. They'll make sure that everything's where it needs to be. And within the next couple weeks, we're going to start putting poles in the ground.
All right, any estimate on how long the project is going to take to construct?
I believe it's going to be about 2 months, give or take. One of the things that always you worry about when you do a project like this is the weather. So if you have a little bit of weather in the fall, that can delay things. You have something happen early in the fall. We talk about weather a lot. So we worry about that. We want to make sure it comes in, but the contractors say it's going to be about a 2-month job.
All right, so once the solar farm is operational, what's that going to mean to Fitchburg customers?
Well, what that then becomes is it becomes part of the renewable energy portfolio that we have that we will be providing our customers. So every utility in the state of Massachusetts, they are expected to have a robust portfolio of a diverse kind of fuels to bring the energy in. This will become part of the renewable part of that portfolio, so it will be providing energy to the customers. The overall net effect is expected to be a long-term savings for customers as the project gets built. This will lower the amount of renewable energy we'll have to buy externally. Any renewable energy credits that we end up with because of this facility, those then get put back into the system. That becomes a benefit to the customers. Overall, though, the real benefit to the customers is this property then goes back on property tax rolls. It becomes a active part of the community. It's something that is giving back as opposed to a vacant lot, and vacant lots can be an attractive nuisance.
All right, Alec O'Mara from Unitil, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
This is Michael Hartwell, Our City News.
Helping out with a whole list of improvement projects here in the city has United Way gearing up for an upcoming event. The Day of Caring is an annual event sponsored by the organization that partners corporate sponsorship and employees with a whole array of projects that help improve life right here in the city. The annual event will be held September 15th, and if you would like to volunteer, there's still time. Kelly Johnson stopped by to talk to the organizers about how you can help out. Here's her report.
I'm Kelly Johnson with Our City News, here today at the United Way of North Central Massachusetts, located here in Fitchburg. I am with my good friend, Fran Longton, the Volunteer Center Manager, who today is going to talk a little bit about the United Way Day of Caring, which happens every year. This year, we're looking forward to it on Friday, September 15th. Fran, what can the community look forward to, and tell us a little bit about the successes that have come from the United Way.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on FATV this morning. I'm very happy to be here and happy to be with you as always. So the Day of Caring, this is the 22nd annual Day of Caring, and it's a really amazing community project. Many corporations have their employees participate. They actually are out for the day in the community, and there's all kinds of community residents that participate. Agencies, right now we're looking for agencies to sign up, nonprofit agencies, and last year we actually had 40 agencies and there were 54 projects. We had 600 volunteers, which was a record number for us, as well as a combat hunger event being sponsored at the Mount Wachusett Community College. This year we'll be having a combat hunger event at Athol in the high school there. So that's another great opportunity for volunteering. So the Day of Caring is a day of really community spirit and making a difference in North Central Massachusetts. We serve 22 communities here from Athol to Littleton, and there's many areas that we need to address in the communities to make it a better place to live, and the Day of Caring is one way of giving the agencies some needed resources and helping them to move forward with their mission in a way that they don't always have the capacity to do.
So that's wonderful. Lots of agencies do. They have things like mailings going on. That's time consuming, but they don't maybe have a lot of staff. So the United Way every year can come in and do something that might be a little too big to take on. So what do volunteers get to do? How can they communicate with you to find these projects?
Well, there are many different projects, and there's actually a lot of projects for large groups. So if a corporation wants to have a group work as a team, or some community people or schools like students to volunteer as a team, there's a lot of large outdoor projects such as painting, landscaping, trail building, painting playgrounds. There's a lot of projects to be done for a wide variety of people. And actually, we are having registration. It's now open on the United Way Volunteer Center site, and it's easy to reach through our main website, which is uwncm.org. And people can contact me at fran@uwncm.org, or they can call me at 978-345-1577, extension 311, and I'll be happy to help them register. Agencies, we are delighted if you can step up now and get projects registered, because volunteers are now looking at the sites, and this is your big chance to get some work done, so please register. And volunteers, there's going to be a lot of great projects for you to look at as well. Right now we have about 25 projects, and we hope to have at least 25 or 30 more before we get to the registration cutoff date, which is September 10th.
That's all wonderful news. I look forward to the Day of Caring every year, and I look forward to what you are able to do with the Volunteer Center with the United Way of North Central Mass. So thank you for taking a few minutes of your time today for Our City News, and maybe we'll get to talk a little bit more as more events come up.
Thank you so much, Kelly, and thank you for all the volunteer work that you do for the United Way. Kelly is a great example of a community change maker. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran. More from Our City News when we return.
This week on FATV. Tuesday at 7 p.m., it's Barbara and You talking about her mission trip to Israel. Wednesday at 7 p.m., Discussing Fitchburg investigates how to dispose of stuff around the house. Friday at 7 p.m., watch the heartwarming pet stories on Adopt Tales. And Saturday at 10 p.m., tune in for Saturday Fright Special.
We'll be right back with more from Our City News on FATV.
Something we will all need at some point. Finding the right facility to care for a family member is an important part of planning the future. We stopped by one local facility to talk about how these elder care living communities provide a much-needed service to our aging generations.
So Fitchburg's Our City News travels just south of the border a little bit. Serving the greater Fitchburg and Leominster area is Manor on the Hill. With me, of course, Julie from the Manor on the Hill. Julie, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what Manor on the Hill does.
Thank you very much. I'm Julie Bagdonis. I'm the Director of Community Relations here at Manor on the Hill. Manor on the Hill is an independent assisted living community with memory care. We also have an adult day health center with a Spanish program also. I've been here at the Manor for well over a year now, but we have some new exciting things happening here at the Manor. We've just hired an executive director. His name is Peter Talberg. He comes to us with many years of experience in assisted living. So I'd like to introduce Peter.
Peter Talberg, of course, Executive Director now at Manor on the Hill. Some exciting news ahead for the future of Manor on the Hill.
Absolutely. Thank you, Glenn, and thank you, Julie. Certainly from our perspective here, this is a very exciting time for us as we look forward to proposed renovations in the community that are going to create more programming and activity space for us, but also to a larger extent, what we're planning here is ensuring that the Manor on the Hill can serve as a hub, you might say, for seniors who have a wide variety of needs in the community. We want to make sure that we are a resource for the Fitchburg and Leominster area. We service a very, very local clientele. We also employ a large number of people who are also very local to us. And what we hear from our residents and from our families is that they are looking very much for that local experience, and that's what we plan to provide for them.
And of course, we're all very concerned about our aging and elder population. There is a day services here that's I'm somewhat familiar with. Tell us just a little bit about what you do provide.
Absolutely. So we have an adult day health program which can provide daily services for seniors from the local community, up to 59 seniors. So it's a very, very valuable resource for those for those clients, those seniors who may be choosing to continue to live at home, but benefit from the social structure, social opportunities, activities, and entertainment, as well as nursing oversight as well. So it's a service that can allow our seniors to be able to stay in place in their homes, but have an opportunity for active engagement throughout the day.
Peter Tauborg and Julie, thank you so much for your time. From Manor on the Hill, this is Our City News.
A massive soccer complex has begun construction right here in the city, bringing much-needed business and tax dollars. Glenn Fossa talked to our mayor about how this new complex will benefit us and also provide some interesting services for our residents. Let's take a look.
Stephanie, Our City News travels right over to the City Hall offices again to see our Honorable Mayor Steve DiNatale. Something new and exciting happening in the city. Once again, game on the very soccer field that is so much in the news right now, economic development and moving forward. Here in the city, Mayor, you've got to be very proud of this project. There were some controversies. Obviously, those have been addressed, and it's game on, moving on.
This is first of all, I want to thank FATV for coming back to City Hall again. We're making this a regular event. Whenever there's news to report back to the folks in Fitchburg, they're here to provide that to you, and I'm certainly grateful that we can provide that to the people of the city of Fitchburg. Game on Fitchburg. This is a project that we've been working on probably for 2 years. I'm coming up to the close of my second year as the mayor of Fitchburg, and Steve Marsden, the owner of the property, along with Peter San Germano, who will be the developer for the project as when you see it in its culmination, has been wonderful to work with. We have really put out the red carpet for those folks, for this project. The revenue that this will generate, this is the growth that I continually talk about, the importance of growth in the city of Fitchburg, which will raise everyone's standard. If we can increase that, we're going to make everyone's lives so much better.
City's certainly becoming a destination for a number of different things. We just came off the back of Civic Days, of course, a local event, but then the International Bike Race of Lonjo, of course. So really exciting news, soccer coming to Fitchburg.
You know, we have, when you see, people at home, the viewing audience, when you see what this complex is going to entail, it's pretty awesome stuff. The field house itself is a 115,000 square foot building. There'll be fields inside that building along with a number of amenities, restaurant, fitness center, a walking track that's going to be available to the people of the city of Fitchburg. Schools will benefit from this. The elderly, we've got our seniors that will be able to go down and walk inside during bad weather events that we all know we have every now and then in Fitchburg, Mass. So we're very excited about it. It is going to reclaim what was simply a sand pit and some trees to tax revenue, and not to mention bringing in all those collateral businesses and interests. So it's good for all.
With the mayor, right here at City Hall offices, I'm Glenn Fossa for Our City News.
And we'll be right back with more from Our City News. Stay with us.
You're watching Our City News on FATV.
Leadership comes to the Fitchburg Rotary Club. Our own Glenn Fossa met up with the newly elected Rotary president and others at the Oak Hill Country Club. Glenn?
So, of course, Our City News continues with me, the new president of Fitchburg Rotary Club, Denise Wortman. Denise, a lot of people know you in the circles of Exit New Options, Realty, Habitat for Humanity. It's great to see you today. Of course, we had a meeting, and something new is coming up, and of course, we have some guests as well.
Absolutely. One of our biggest fundraisers for our year in the Rotary Club of Fitchburg is we're hosting a roast of Senator Jen Flanagan, and save the date, it will be October 28th. At the Doubletree on Erdman Way in Leominster, and tickets are available from any Rotary member, or you can pick them up at FATV. And you can also find us on the Facebook page, look for the Fitchburg Rotary Club, and also at Rotary.org.
Lots of faces here with us today, of course, in Rotary Club. Fitchburg continues. Dave Moquin, well known in the area, and of course Karen Fusco. Dave, tell us a little bit about your past in Rotary.
Right, I'm a past treasurer of the Fitchburg Saving Now Rollstone Bank. I've been retired for, would you believe, 10 years? It's hard to believe. I'm a past member of our Rotary Club, 2005-2006, been the past treasurer, and now I'm the assistant treasurer. I'm on this committee for the roast. That's going to happen in October.
And, of course, Dave mentions the roast. And, of course, this is the second year, Karen, that we're doing the roast here at Rotary Club. Last year, huge success. Tell us about what we expect from this one.
Well, so far, there are a lot of people who roasted our mayor, Stephen DiNatale, last year. And Steve just can't wait to get back. Jennifer was there. She gave a roast, and it was fantastic. So we are all looking forward to seeing her roasted by all her friends.
Of course, and making new friends, of course.
Of course.
Fitchburg, Rotary Club of Fitchburg, of course, announcing their October date for this roast coming up. So stay tuned to Fitchburg Rotary Club on Facebook and, of course, fatv.org for more information.
The Friday night movie series at Nicodemus Field continues this week. Bring the family and a blanket for a great time under the stars. This week's movie is Disney's Moana. All screenings are open and free to the public. Movie night is sponsored by the Fitchburg Parks and Recreation Department. And we'll be back with more from Our City News.
I am George Meridinian, and welcome to another edition of Chess Chat.
You can count on Our City News and FATV to bring you the latest in local news and events. If you have a story you'd like us to share, email us at ourcitynewsfitchburg@gmail.com. I'm Stephanie Allison, and have a great day.